Hello everybody, just getting things started. Hopefully everybody's having a good week so far. It is hump day, and we are watching Dynamite. You're watching Wrestling Gab with Travis. Delete will be here in a few, but we are getting it kicked off with, I'll let you know once they start coming out, but the show's just started. It's Rocket. Uh-oh, sounds like a little John Moxley. And here he comes. From Cincinnati, Ohio. John Moxley. I didn't look at the card before I got in, so to be honest, I have no idea who is supposed to be on. Let me make sure I have everything muted. That might be echoey. Is that better? Because if you heard me echoey, it was because that was on. I haven't read anybody's chat yet, but I will get to that in a few. I just wanted to let John Moxley get out to the ring. That would be helpful for him. It's a way better stream. Sorry, I had it on the wrong channel, and it was like all weird. That's better. That's clear. Now we can all see it. Not you guys. I can see it better. He's having a gay old time out there. Hanging out with some fans. I want to see what's about to go down. Tell me what it is, Taz. Tell me what it is, Mr. Taz. He's like, you don't get to know. Privilege. Oh, you Collision fans get to watch Daniel Bryanson fight somebody his own size. It's going to be crazy this Saturday. Tune into Collision. Uh-oh. It's a Hardy. Looks like it's Jeff Hardy. That'll be okay. I can handle that. Two former WWE superstars. Very familiar with them. Should be a good one. Jeff looks weird. Why is he holding his eye? What was going on there? What's this whole thing about? He seems a little down. I think he's wearing pink and orange together. I guess that kind of works, doesn't it? The little pink in his arms and on his face. So it kind of goes with the belt. Interesting. So that must be just part of his gig or something to close that right eye. Oh, he's pulling out his gauges. That's what they're called. Anyways, we're underway. There it is. John Moxley. Jeff Hardy. Should be a pretty good one. You guys are into good matches, which I know you are. You wouldn't be here. Let me get to the stream. It's probably loud. How do you do this stuff? There it is. All right, so we've got Sophie in here, and Sophie says hi. Hulu announced today that they
are also going to crack down on password sharing, which goes into effect in March. For all you password sharers or people that have Hulu, I have neither. And so that does not apply to me, but it could apply to other people. I might not be here Friday because it is my birthday. Happy birthday, Sophie. And I might have the people that I live with watch SmackDown with me. That'd be a hell of a birthday present, getting people to watch SmackDown. Happy hump day, says Picola. Good to see Picola in here. Hopefully he can ask me some questions later. And he said, Gabbers. So that wasn't to me. That was to all you people. And then, hey, Travis from Walter. And then Picola says, a little bit echo. Yeah, and I figured there would be because I had just set up the stream again. On Monday, it was just cracking up. It was terrible. And so I reran it. And now who knows what quality it's under. It could be freaking 180p from like 1970 or something. I have no idea. It's funny because I have so many computers, but I was running it through a bigger, older one that I have, and terrible. Don't do that. It started to where if I turned it off, it wouldn't turn back on. That's the problem with that one, but it runs it good, but I don't know why it doesn't turn on. And so I just disconnected it, hooked it back up to that laptop. Now I know the laptop was the problem, not anything else, but yet I'm still using that laptop. So I'll try to figure that one out here pretty soon. I don't know. I feel like I'm all over the place because I got a whole bunch of projects. And lately, like today, it was like 60 degrees. I'm in Idaho, and it's January. It's the last day of January, but still. It was like 57, 60 degrees somewhere. Like I went outside, I was doing stuff, and it was actually hot. I was like, what the? Anyways. Walter says, John Moxley for the win. Sophie says, your lovely wife. Where's your lovely wife? Now I'm married. Been married off. Anyways, I don't know exactly where she's at. She just said she had to run some errands. And I asked who Aaron was, and then she laughed. And I think she has to get food for a potluck for work. But I have no idea where it is. Let me see where we at. Walter says, hi, Daphne. Didn't win bingo. But maybe next week. And the Picola said, usually I don't. Haha. Yeah. Much better. Thank you. Good to hear that. Because I figured it was, so I hurried and muted it. Because that's what made sense to me. Anyways, right now in the match, we've got Jon Moxley throwing Jeff Hardy into the corner. And Hardy hit hard. Now Jeff is getting... What is he doing to him? That's the slowest wrestling thing I've ever seen. Uh-oh. Clothesline coming up. Oh! Nailed him with it. And then raise the volume up a little bit, which I can do. Like that. I can do I don't know how much it goes up. So, anyways, and I'm not that loud, which makes sense because when Delitha's here, the shit gets loud. Raw was a 10 out of 10, Sophie said. I don't remember Raw being that good. I'm trying to remember what happened on Raw. I don't remember it being that good. But I respect Jeff Hardy. Yes, everybody likes Jeff Hardy. It's too bad with all of his problems because he could be a totally different guy. But those problems that he has might be why he is so extreme and why he is so popular. So I don't want to, you don't change people if you like them, I guess you could say. Friday Night SmackDown and AEW Rampage Friday. Yes, Walter. Meh. Hawaiian golf. There you go. That's exactly what it is. AEW commentary. Taz, Tony Schiavone, and Excalibur. Daphne is late. Okay, yeah, Daphne's always late. Mike Zuckerberg had an apology today. Had to apologize today. What did Zuckerberg apologize about? New Orleans fans tonight. I do want to know what Zuckerberg had to apologize for. It just seems weird. And then Ayla said something, but deleted it. Sorry I haven't been giving you that cheese. Yeah, where's my cheese? Forgot about it anyway. A couple of weeks ago, the Mania card was a little bit easy to predict. And after CM Punk got injured and Seth's injury is questionable, the Mania card isn't as easy to predict, which is good, right? Like, you don't want predictable cards. You want to be able to... you want a little surprise in wrestling. At least I do. I mean, I hate going, okay, I know who, like this one, I know who's going to win. I don't like that. And so having surprises. Now, as long as Triple H doesn't go overboard and put like the championship on, you know, Johnny Gargano or something, so he can have some NXT guys come up and beat him. I don't want to see that, but I wouldn't mind, you know, if he uses some of the talent around. Just there's a few that I would rather not him do that with. But I mean, he could hurry and put Seth's title on Sammy if he wanted to. Somehow maybe through a Damian, or put it on Damian Priest with a cash in. I mean, if they're not going to plan on using Seth at Mania. Anyways, hey, it was 51 today. Still cold. It was a 51. It was like 59 or something. I was sweating. Mask guys at ringside. Yeah, they're the luchadors. They were talking about them earlier. Piccolo said, we've had pretty mild week. Well, it's good. I mean, you don't want it to be too hot. Anyways, they still have picture-in-picture on. It looks like Jon Moxley is still decimating this poor Jeff Hardy. Just a shadow of what he once was. But can he be good once like he once was? Because all he has to do is beat Jon Moxley. I don't even know what this match is about. Is there a feud going on that I forgot about? Or is this a tournament? Or is this just a match because they want to have a match? Sophie, no, Dee does not have the night off. She will be here at some point. I think she just had to get something for food. Like, I had to make a cake today. God knows what it tastes like. It's sitting in the kitchen on the stove. Nobody knows what it tastes like. Why? Because I don't eat gluten and there's flour in it, so I can't even taste it. But I did follow instructions, and so it should be good. Walter Johnson said, still more good matches on AEW. It's Sting. He will be there. Good. I want to see Sting. Sting's about done. We're going to be done with Sting in a little over a month. I think it's like a month and 3 days. Hey, the House of Dragons commercial was just on. I don't know if that was for like the network, like, hey, you can watch House of Dragon. But yeah, no, it says to come. Did they release when the House of Dragons is coming up? That's a Sophie question, usually. Okay, I forgot. Not even going to lie. Unless you want me to lie. In that case, I'm just busy. Haha. I will definitely get you some cheese. Cheese! Alright, where are we at? I seen a meme today that a reliable vet needs to step up at WrestleMania. It was a picture of a Jinder. Yes. Now, don't get me wrong. I want to see Jinder doing it. But they were just doing it with Jinder and made it silly. Obviously, with The Rock's return, and then he had that long match with Seth. Although he did injure Seth, they should make Seth forfeit it to him. That would even make for a better storyline when he comes back. Okay, Sophie, he told you D is running errands. Shopping for dinner party. For a dinner party. And anyways, Pat and Michael Cole on the commentary team for Raw is because they want to set up the team. Oh, an ad pop up, sorry. They want to set up the team when they move to Netflix next year. That makes sense. We need more luchadors, says AI. Do we? Do we need more luchadors? Like, what kind of luchadors? You talking about like Andrade type luchadors, or you talking about the little ones that just flip and fly all over the place like AEW has? Because AEW seems to have quite a few luchadors. WWE, not so much, but there are some. And he says, oh, damn it. Stop popping ads up. I'm trying to read here. Yes, and Piccola says we do have another month before they set up for the Revolution card. Yes. And hopefully they make some really good matches. I wonder if Cole's going to be healthy by then. That's 4 more weeks for his body to heal. Because it would be nice for Adam Cole to be available. If not, I don't know. Old Tony Khan would blast turning matches like it's going out of style. Oh, absolutely. You just rack. That's funny. Anyways, Travis, make me a double chocolate coffee cake. Take your camera so you can still live stream. Like I'm gonna do what? I gotta watch wrestling. John Moxley's kicking some ass. And Piccola. Oh wait, hold on. I skipped Sophie's here. Oh, you know what? I don't know if I have the right chat on chat filter. Maybe I do. I have it on live chat. I think that's the right one. Anyway, Sophie says, I think that WWE should announce where Raw is going to be from October to January before their Netflix deal starts, like a week or two before last USA Network episode of Raw. Yeah, it would be interesting. Like, what are they going to do? Are they going to go to Peacock, or are they going to just do something like on NBC? Because that would be fun for NBC to have it on, like, a big network like that. Or they could do it on a smaller network, because NBC, is the parent company of the USA and / the network. Or, I mean, obviously USA could just leave them where they're at, even though they probably want something else. It's just a hard one because the TV season starts at the beginning of October, right? That's when everybody goes back to school. Everybody's back kind of out of summer, and they're ready to just hit the ground running. And so that's when all your series start. It's just your TV series season. And so it would be hard to say, okay, we're going to have WWE on, but only for 3 months, and then start a new season, halfway through in January. I have a hard time thinking that a network would be okay with it, unless they got it for free, and said, hey, yeah, you can stay here. We're not paying you for it, but you're welcome to use our network. That would be pretty cool. Because that's a lot of money. If they're paying for 52 episodes and they're paying $240 million for that, that's quite a bit of money they're getting. Anyways, and then Sophie's being mean to me. She said, Travis reading the chat. It's definitely going to be a long night. She'll be here in a minute. I saw something this morning about a YouTuber holding his dad's head, not attached to his body. He got arrested. Just on YouTube, just like, hey, my dad's never going to be the head of a major corporation. Or did he say, like, hey, he wasn't too headstrong? Did he say, hey, that's not how you use your head? Did he use any of those at all, or did he just go to jail? Yeah, that's pretty dark. I like both Rumble matches. They showed you that times like they do in other sports. Yeah, a little bit. They didn't show it a lot. I had to put mine on because they were rushing them in the men's, and there was a few times that they got out there in just 1 minute. There he is, John Moxley. Put him to sleep. Jeff Hardy. He didn't tap. He just went to sleep. Hey, D is here. Get your butt in here. Are you? You are 20 minutes late. And then anyways, then we got, it's pretty dark. I'm going to have to look up this YouTuber beheading his pops. It's a very disturbing thing. I didn't see anything about a YouTuber with a head. Me neither. I don't pay attention to anything, though. All the views, psychopath. All for the views, psychopath. So he's like, I'm going to cut my dad's head off. I'm going viral. Good stuff. Hey, you want to cut your dad's head off to go viral? Sounds like your dad isn't too headstrong. Da, 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 ba, 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 bum, bum. Yeah, Jon Moxley won. Oh, look at that. Jeff Hardy flipping people off. Even though he went to sleep. I have no idea if that is a regular. You'd have to talk to Dee because I don't listen when she's reading usually. I mean, I catch the questions, but not the people. I think he was trying to prove a point. He said his dad was a government worker, taking down the system, I guess. He's clearly mental. Yeah, it sounds like he has a little screw loose. Either that or maybe he is taking the government down one piece at a time. I don't know what kind of government worker he is. Is he like a mailman or something? That'd be terrible. But now he'll never be the head of the major corporation. We know that for a fact. Oh, my bad. He just responded to your message. I'm not laughing at what happened. I'm laughing at his ridiculous point. He's far right. He wanted to start a movement or something. I'm assuming it didn't work. What kind of movement do you start by beheading somebody on YouTube? It's kind of the last thing you want to do is do it publicly. Bum, 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 bum. When a cosplay as Jeff Hardy, I took my wife back. My wife's black stockings and put holes in them and put them on my sleeves. You know, that's funny. Did she get angry or did she know that you were doing that? I don't know what Ayla is talking about. It probably means nothing, like always. She's talking about some kid that cut his dad's head off. Google it, she said. Use the Loogle machine. Anybody know what Loogle is? It's in an alternate parallel universe to ours. But a guy went back in time and changed history and invented Google, and his name is Lou, so he's Loogle. He's also part of Motley Lou, which was like Motley Crue, but Motley Lou because it's his band, because he was a step ahead of Vince Neil, who was the head of... Well, I don't know if he was the head, but he was the lead singer. Oh, Sophie, just upset I'm not talking about Hulu. Why are you talking about Hulu, Ayla? Seriously, I'm sharing your password. Yes, fight! I'm surprised Hulu and Disney Plus are following the network, the Netflix trend on the whole password crackdown thing. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, they got to. Everybody gets one password, and you can't share it with anybody. And if you do, you get treated like that kid's dad. They're just like, nope, no sharing of passwords. It looks like Hulu news in our chat. Because Sophie said that Hulu is cracking down on password sharing starting in March. I don't have a Hulu. You just wanted to sit on me? Well, yeah, because it was way over here, and so I pushed it over there. I've been reading the whole time, so I haven't really been doing any wrestling stuff. But people are having fun in there. Some kid got beheaded his dad. So I'm going to go look it up here in a second once you take over.
Where?
I can't tell you who or where. I can just tell you that I'm going to go look it up here. Ayla. Do you see where she said Google it?
Yeah.
Okay, start reading there.
Google it. Just read there.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean for people?
Yeah, just start reading.
I thought you were telling me.
Oh, no, it's
somebody
way
said
before
it.
that.
Oh.
But then I can now rest my voice.
Oh, a YouTuber holding his dad's head. He got it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Please said that more than 14 minutes long.
Walter
YouTube
says
video
John Moxley
titled-
won. Ayla says, oh, Sophie, just upset I'm not talking about Hulu. Walter says, yes, fight, fight. And Sophie says, I'm surprised Hulu and Disney Plus are following the Netflix lead on the whole password crackdown thing. Well, they have to up their prices, add ads. Now they won't let you password share so that they can try to get more people to come back into their stuff because everybody quit them. And Amazon Prime's adding ads now. So you have to pay extra if you don't want ads. So everybody's like, might as well just go back to cable. And I'm like, told ya.
Get her done.
Oh, but Pico says there's some lucha activity. What? So this is a dinner. That's dinner party gonna be important if Dee isn't here. There was a dinner party?
You said that you had to get something, and I said it was for a potluck.
Oh.
And
no.
then she turned it into a dinner party. It was just a potluck.
Oh. It's not. It was something for a girl at work for her birthday.
Did you get her a puppy?
No, but she probably would want one.
There you go.
But it would have to be a mini Dachshund. A Dachshund or Dachshund. So. Dachshund. A Dachshund. A Dachshund. I don't know. They say it's so different. I don't know.
You got it right.
They're like, there's so many different ways to say it.
I just call them dash hounds.
Yeah. Walter says
This
if
guy
they're
doesn't
not
have
with
shoes on.
AEW, can't enter the wrestling ring. Oh, no. Sophie says, I saw that one of your streams on Monday lasted an hour and something minutes.
Oh, yeah. Our ship broke down like twice.
Yeah, it was great.
Finally, like at the end, it was just like us and like nobody.
Basically. For like the last half hour or 45 minutes, it was lame. Sophie says, do you think WWE and TNA will do what AEW does with AEW by having a WWE versus TNA pay-per-view or something along those lines? Do you think WWE and TNA will do what AEW does with AEW by having a WWE versus TNA pay-per-view or something along those lines?
No. But they might share talent. By the way, they've been sharing talent since like 2020 or something. Like,
Sure.
It's not a big deal. And they're not taking WWE's talent. They're just bringing their talent over, which can't do anything but help. Although it could hurt in the long run because, you know, Jordan Grace could now go to WWE because her fans, not her fans, but WWE fans could have seen her and said, who's that?
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, I wonder who that is.
True.
And so now there's a little interest in her. And so bringing her over could work. And there's that Camille. She's not there, but she's in WA. She would be a huge signing for him.
Yeah.
For WWE.
Ayla says, well, he should. He said he wanted others to join in on Indian government workers. It was like a 14-minute video. It stayed on YouTube for about an hour before it got taken down.
Yeah. Decapitated his dad.
Because he was a government worker?
Yeah. He's starting a movement.
He worked for the postal?
I made that part up.
Oh.
I was like, hopefully he's not just like a mailman.
What kind of government worker was he? Because there's so many of them, and not all of them are terrible. Beagle's like, great movie. Walter's like, if Raw goes to Netflix, I'm going to watch SmackDown. I understand that, Walter. Beagle says the sequel was sort of sus. If you know, you know. Sophie says, I watched the documentary about We Are the World on Netflix. Walter says, okay, at 9:05. I'm going. I'll be here Monday for Raw. Still here.
We are the children.
Sophie says, yay, do you finally hear about time? And Walter says, Daphne
It's
here,
about
late.
time.
And Sophie says, I kind of feel bad for the people who don't have Netflix. You should
Yeah.
feel bad for me then.
I don't feel bad for myself at all.
You should feel terrible for me. You should pay for it for me. I'm poor. Help me, I'm
It
poor.
has nothing to do with money.
Help me, yes, it does. Help me, I'm poor. For me, it does. Walter says, Hangman Page for the win. And Ayla says, I feel bad for people who care about what other people like. Rally is in the chat. Hey, Rally, how are you doing? Says, hi, D. Travis, hello. And Ayla says, or have. Sophie says, with WWE moved to Netflix, it kind of alienates most of the fan base. Ayla's like, I said dinner party because they didn't want to explain what a potluck is. Rally says Taya versus Deonna should be good match tonight unless it's been on. I missed start of Dynamite. I don't think it's been on yet. Sophie says I know what a potluck is, but don't usually do that for Thanksgiving. No, Sophie, you don't. Potlucks can be anytime, anywhere, for anything. It doesn't have to be for Thanksgiving. Rally says usually in the middle of Dynamite women's matches. Ayla says no, Sophie. And Ravi says, what's good, Gabbers? And Ayla says, the kid was sick, obviously. I'm shocked you didn't hear about it yet. It happened this morning. Well, I'm not always like hanging out on the internet all day. Ayla. I have a job. Like a real one. Pickle says, I'm going to eat real fast, then hang out. What you eating? And why are you eating it fast? Or give yourself indigestion. AI is in the chat. It says WWE versus the World event, the Open Door Challenge. Ella says, I feel bad for Dalitha. Poor Dalitha being so poor. Poor thing. I know. And Pico's like, I'm feeling so terrible. You guys should feel bad. Rob is like, Sophie, you don't need Netflix to watch films or series or Raw. It's 24, you goofball. Walter says, still good wrestling, like it. Pico's like, potlucks happen at the end of all our bowling seasons. Nice. It was like, I got up at 5:30 and I watch videos while I get ready, so I'm on the internet. I know you're on the internet. As I said, I'm not always on the internet. Like, I have other things to do that isn't the internet. You weirdo face. So no, I hadn't heard anything about it on anything. None of it. None of it.
I like to see weird, morbid things, so I'm going to look up the video.
Do you think somebody saved it?
Oh, it's out there. If it's ever been on the internet, somebody has it.
Somebody's like, oh my gosh, they're like screen recording. This guy's crazy. And then they're like posting it everywhere. They like, do you want to watch something morbid on morbid.com?
And then I want to go, oh my god, I wish I wouldn't have watched that. Because that's how.
That's funny. Mm-hmm.
Start with that. Go to creepy websites. It looked like he'd been dropped on his head. On his left side there. But
The kid?
Could be a better line.
The guy that did it? He looks like a killer. Just kidding. Ravi says, I don't feel bad for not feeling bad for D, but should I? LOL. Yeah, you should. Ayla says, I take about an hour to get ready, then school drop off. Next school year, Oz goes at a normal time. It's so strange they went so early this year. It's so crazy that they're like, you need to be here at 6 o'clock. Why am my kid going to school at 6:30 in the morning?
Drop your son off the night before.
He's only going to be at school for like 3 hours, but you better get him here at 6:30 in the morning. Bless it with all the blessing.
Your heart.
It was like, you should, Robbie. Talitha is very poor. Not as poor as you, but you should have sympathy. Right.
Argyle. What if it's quadruple?
He's freaking out.
Who is?
The guy, he's freaking out. Oh, look, we're back from that picture-in-picture.
Holy crap, we're back. Hangman Page is in there with some Samoan guy. Oh!
Pickle's like, yeah, between men and women, getting ready really is night and day.
Yeah.
It depends on the woman, Pickle. AI says TNA needs to show in AEW more often. Ayla says he goes that early because it's a grant program. He's not in that district. I guess if we lived closer, he could do the afternoon class.
Uh-oh! Boom! Flying headbutt! Paige is in trouble!
I see. That's crazy. Robbie's like, Ayla, oh dear. And Piccolo says, I could roll out of bed, put on sweats, and drink mouthwash. Good to go in 15 minutes. It's about how long it takes me to get ready. But I brush my teeth. Roll out of bed, put my hair up, pants and shirts on, brush my teeth, out the door.
Uh-oh.
It was like I used quotes for a reason. I'm not actually getting ready the whole time. I just sit there while my eyes depuff. Right? It was like I do wear makeup, but it doesn't take an hour. It was like, officially, I do too. That's good to know, people. I'm glad you're not just drinking mouthwash. You got to be careful with that. Unless it's vodka, then it's different.
Oh, so close. Bum, bum, bow.
Oh, no, he couldn't do it. Oh, gosh.
He was so close.
He was so weak.
Is this guy's name, Inona? I keep kind of hearing it, but I don't get it. I'm like, hey, there's a city I know. Oh, yeah. Thrust kick. That'll decapitate you.
So funny.
You'll lose your head.
It's probably no time to do that, though.
Yeah, especially when you're fighting with your son.
Ravi says if it's D, she takes 10 minutes to get ready. Just a quick spray and splash the face with water and get changed. Ravi says, do people need makeup for work? I think it depends on where they work and what they think about themselves. I don't know. It was like, I don't brush my teeth. I use a sock and wipe them off if they're a little too fuzzy. Yeah, and it's the sock you probably keep in your car that's been there for God knows how long.
Don't get it under your mouth. You're married.
Mitigator says, okay, guys, at 9:55 p.m., I'm going to be leaving.
He did it. Killed him.
But hope to see you back.
Oh no, look at this. A no-sell.
Same gab. Same channel on the next help. Right.
Oh.
It looks like I need makeup. I look like I eat cigarettes for breakfast and snort crystal if I don't. Probably is like, Vin, yo, you moving like Walter? 9:55 p.m. We won't even be here at that time. Our time of it anyways. If you're in Alaska.
Oh.
Yeah, I still would have been loving it, whatever that means.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. It's a McDonald's thing. He's so big.
So big.
How big is he?
I don't know how big is he.
Uh-oh. He's gonna get himself in trouble.
Yep. Ayla says it's actually the
Oh,
sock I keep in my wallet. If it's too dirty, I just take the one off my foot and use that.
You know what's funny? Is I'm not kidding you, they sell a sleeping bag that's a big sock.
Like, it looks like a sock?
Comes down and turns white.
It looks like a sock?
But
Like a tube sock?
Yeah. Yeah. But with the foot on it.
Like a crew sock.
Yeah. Pick him up. Samoan drop. Uh-oh, Paige! Out-thunk him. He totally out-thunk him.
He has like a giant bruise on the outside of his leg. Did you see that when he was being pinned? Like on this side, like on the outside of his leg.
Oh, I didn't see it.
Vindicator says he's an incredible inspiration, Ravi. And Words is in the chat. Hey, Words says, what do MJF stand for? And it was like, Mom just farted. Nice. Vindicator says, Maxwell Jacob Fathead. I mean, Friedman. Beagle says, this magical sock does have eyes and a mouth. Is it Mr. Sokka? Vindicator says, teach your mom some manners, Ayla. Ugh. And Ravi's like, enjoy the smell, Ayla. What? So this was all about him winning so he could pick who Swerve gets to go up against? I don't know what you said, Ayla, but it didn't show up, so it must have been bad. You said that's what MJF stands for. Y'all are wild. Or you're saying that it's wild what it actually stands for.
Yeah. Do what you're told.
Mom just farted. That's what MJF stands for. Oh, that makes a lot more sense. My mom is out in the wild. She probably is somewhere. Did she come out and hang out with you yesterday? Is she broken? What is it? Vindicator says, Dalitha, are you looking forward to the weekend? Like the actual days? Yes. Why not? Ayla says, no Thursdays. No Thursdays? No Thursdays? She hangs out on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
But I want to know for sure. Who's Wardlow going to wrestle?
I have no idea. Yeah, it's like, she comes on Thursday, not Tuesday. Whatever. She comes over every Tuesday and Thursday. It was like, no. Okay. If you say so. Oh, good. Well, I'm glad you are. Robbie says, what does the winner get for winning this match?
To smash a luchador.
I don't know.
That's what the winner gets. To smash a luchador. Because that's what's going to happen in a second.
Robbie's like, that, and Ayla says, how dare you? Yeah. What are you going to do about it? Where's my cheese? Huh? You never brought me cheese. Rude. When I talk about how dare you and I'm offended. Where's my Gouda? He was like, well, no cheese. Duh. I don't have it, so definitely no cheese. Robbie's like a pinata? Who's gonna... Oh, you mean he's gonna get thrown around like a pinata? Then he says, Travis, what do you do Saturdays when there is no wrestling on since you don't like Collision?
There's always something on, like, sports-wise.
Sometimes.
There's boxing or UFC.
We bench watch Murder, She Wrote. I don't know what you're talking about.
And then there is Murder, She Wrote, which is good. Or I Dream of Jeannie is a good one. And then there's Buffy the Vampire Slayer, which we're almost done with.
Okay, this is just during winter time, guys. On Saturdays, if it's the summer, he's not in the house. He's doing stuff out of the house. It was like, get your own cheese. Oh, wait, you can't. You're poor. That's right. Rude. I'm completely offended. Vindicator's like, not another cheese discussion. Ravi is like, come on, Ayla, fix up the cheese, man. It was like, y'all need to get here on time. You need to not leave early.
Yeah, there's no videos. I can't find them.
Oh, bummer.
I'll have to go deeper into it.
Have to go to the dark, dark, dark web.
Let's try Twitter. Twitter usually has everything.
I don't know if it would.
It'll have it on TikTok.
Then here says, I think the star of Murder, She Wrote died 2 or 3 years ago. Angela Lansbury? He goes like, I'm not surprised. Lansbury was quite the looker. Ravi's like, binge watch Murder, She Wrote. What a show to binge watch. Well, Ravi, it made you laugh, didn't it? Just because you hate stuff. Counterpoint, you're an idiot. No, I think it just downgrades him into nothing, but you pretend that it's more. What is it? Oh, yeah. Pirate area.
And then there are just razor wire all over.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen this?
I've seen some of them. Uh-huh. I saw somebody take their car in to a dealership or a guy to get it fixed, right, to have something done on it. And they lifted it up in the air, and he had razor wire curled up underneath around his catalytic converter with zip ties. So if you cut the zip ties incorrectly, you could get shredded.
Because it would just unwind.
It would just boing! The guy's like, I'm not working on this. It was great. Like, it was pretty funny. Oh, no! Not the lucha. Oh, he got him. He threw him into the steps. Good job, buddy.
Wardlow's letting this match go a little too long. He needs to go in there and end
Robbie's
this.
like, do you just want a typewriter like Dorothy Fletcher? Sure. Vindicator says, and Steph hates Robbie. True. Vindicator says, I don't think they make those anymore. Typewriters. They might be coming back then. You never know. He goes like, Robbie, explain Doctor Who for me. Should I give it a chance? Richard Longsniffer Jr. the Third. Hey, Richard, how's it going?
Hey, Richard.
Young Bucks gave Kenny upper anus. Jesus Christ. Robbie says Vin Travis does leave the chair in house, you know. He's not sat there continuously.
I was going to put some wheels on the chair, and then that way I could just roll around like Adam Cole, baby.
I've seen that one too. It's sad, huh?
How big he once was. I don't even know what happened to him. Did he have a stroke or something?
I don't know. I didn't look into it that much.
Come on, Wardlow. This match is lasting too long, Bosch. This should have been a 5-minute or max.
Richard says AEW tosses salad. Oh my god. do they use dressing? Robbie says, Pico, yo, that's one show I don't actually like. Richard says, Young Bucks love butts. You know, I think Pico might agree with you. I'm super. Thanks for asking. Well, I'm glad that you're good, bud. Oh, yeah, I saw that one. That's hilarious. I fucking laughed my ass off. I'm like, that's what's going to happen. Now she's got to get a new stove or something. I don't even know. I think it was the stove she broke. Vindicator says, Robbie, sometimes Duluth might try to Velcro Travis's pants to the chair. Robbie's like, oh, Ben, really? Yo. You guys really like to make up stuff, don't you? Vindicator's like, so I guess Cole won't be cleared to wrestle until the middle of the year. Well, if he breaks that easily all the time, maybe he shouldn't be cleared to wrestle at all, ever. Is that a baby? Yeah, but it could just be a baby. Walks weird. Like they did something to it they shouldn't.
No idea.
Did they make a mini cow that's one of those Brahma cows? Isn't that a Brahma cow?
Like on the bowl.
Yeah. Well, it wouldn't be a bull necessarily. I guess that one could be, but.
Usually the hump on the back.
I don't know if that's true with the Brahmas. Oh my god, tell him to shut up. Piccolo says next year's Halloween costume. D wears the neck brace, yells at Travis, Adam. I don't know if I could. Those people annoy me. So he's not allowed to be on his feet now or something, so they have him in a wheelchair?
It's just adding to the drama.
Oh.
I don't know.
Kyle Fletcher. Who's that?
He is the Australian,
Oh, okay.
kind of taller. He's pretty cool. I don't hate him. I don't know him. But he's pretty big and talks really well.
Willman. Lies. Now they have ads. Losers. Robbie's like, Adam milking that injury. Pico's like, he's banging Sky Blue.
Adam? Bebe?
Adam is? I thought he was with what's her face.
I thought Homeboy.
Oh, are you talking about that Kyle Fletcher guy? Pico's like, oh, we have no idea about his in-ring work. Oh, well, there we go. Well, I mean, I guess that makes it better, right? I don't know. Pico, Ayla's like, Fat Lisa loves butter, too small world butter.
Butter.
Loves butter, too. Small world. Oh. Commas are fun. Commas are fun. Chris says, hey, Travis and D. Hey, Chris. Good to see you tonight. Richard says AEW needs to sign Joey Ryan.
Yeah, they do. I'd love for anybody
the dick
to sign
flipping?
him. Yeah. Bring the dick flip back.
It was like butts. Vinegar says Ayla's obsessed with yellow colored food. Eagles like butter. Chris has got some new work boots for my job and some groceries. Got some new work boots for your job, huh? You do that much stuff?
Not drop one little frame. The whole show. Now, granted, it's in like 180p.
That really blows. Why is it 180p?
I reset it and did it. Like, oh, this is the best quality you can get. And I said, okay.
It's not even 360?
I don't think one of these is a real thing.
Ayla's like, I'm I'm done. I'm going to sit in the corner. You can't now. We got to talk about how much Piccolo loves butter. I mean, come on. Chris says, now time for AEW. Piccolo says, 24, the ding-a-ling comeback king. Robbie says, big up the groceries in the brown paper bag. Vindicator says, you're on a timeout, elementary school style. Jeez.
Ooh, we're at 480p.
We're at what?
480p.
They can kind of see that we have faces.
We might be really close because I put the chat bigger and made us bigger.
Oh.
Yes, we're pretty close. Normally we're further back.
Gross. Ayla says he does actually love butter. I can tell by how he types. Yeah, it makes sense. Walter
Everybody
says
loves
Sting
butter.
and Darby interview with Tony Schiavone. Yeah, they're back there talking about their stuff.
Was that the greatest match in AEW history?
It was so cinematic, correctly. So cool.
They should have done that with all their matches with Sting because they could make them better and longer. That word right there. Why so many people are in prison.
Respect, bitches. Respect. Walter's like, boo, Big Cass and Ricky. Ravi says, butter, what, the salted stuff? Yeah, that's salted stuff. Vindicator says, what's a more frustrating job, cashier or bagger? Bagger, because people complain a lot about how their food's bagged up.
Yeah, I don't know if I could ever be
I complain about it all the time, and I'm the one that's bagging it. God damn it, don't put the cold in with the other stuff. Oh my God, you put my bread on the bottom?
Smart. You got a mirror. You're berating it.
Walter says big. And Richard says Kenny Omega smells his own fingers. You know, I would not be surprised. Does he do it when he gets nervous? Pico says salted is the move. It was like, I can spot a butter lover anywhere. It's there in Florida. Walter says, hey, Vin, a bagger.
What's wrong with butter? Why?
Nobody is getting mad at butter. Everybody loves butter. Except Robbie. He's weird. Walter's like, hey, Vin, a bagger. And Robbie's like, we don't have baggers in the UK. Oh, so you don't put your stuff in anything? Like,
they don't have bags.
Do you guys put them in umbrellas?
Put it in their boot.
They put it in their boot. Pickle's like, my pet gator, they just think whole sticks of butter are treats. I could imagine. It was like, Robbie, we have butter in the States. It's pretty cool. Some is salty, some is not. And Pickle's like, they hop on their hind legs. So cute. And Robbie says, we ain't lazy like the Americans with bagging. Who said
you just carry one thing home at a time?
Yeah, like, Robbie, what do you mean by that? Like,
come back and get more?
What do you mean by lazy with bagging? Like, do you guys just not have bags at all? Like,
It's bad for the island.
Do you guys just put everything on top of your head and balance it there on your way home? Dude, he's telling him. Ew, next week. Those people against the other people. Starks and Big Bill against Darby and Sting. Who's going to win? They're going up against them for those titles. Next week, yep.
Chris Jericho, 34-14-1.
Vindicator says, I'll take your word for it, Walter, but yeah, I could see that, especially if the bags are as frail and weak as Adam Cole. Pickle says, hi, and Ayla says, Ravi hasn't had butter. Don't be mean. Feels like I need to hear the grocery process, right? Ayla says, we bag our own groceries, Ravi. And Ravi's like, obviously, we use carrier bags, but we don't need someone to bag our groceries for us. We don't need someone to bag our groceries for us either, Ravi. The place I go to, I have to fucking bag my own. Not only that, but I actually go to the store and pick out my own shit, put it in a trolley, if you like to call it. We call it a cart in this area of the United States. Or, you know, because it's trolley in some other areas of the United States, by the way. I think down south they call them trolleys, too. Anyways, a cart.
It's a shopping cart.
Shopping cart / trolley. And then I go around the store and put items I want in it. And then I go up to where I'm going to pay for them. Take them out of the fucking cart. Put them on a conveyor belt that go down. And they scan them. And in some places, guess what? We have to scan the motherfucking shit ourselves, Ravi. So, yeah, we actually do the whole fucking job of an actual grocer who's supposedly even a cashier. So, there's that, too. And then we wait for it to go all the way through. And then we bag all our fucking shit. Put it back in the fucking trolley. Take the fucking trolley out to our cars. Take the fucking shit out of the car. Put it out of the cart and into the car. And then drive home, take it out of the car, and put it in the fucking house all the way. So, yeah. I don't know about lazy. So there's that. There are places you could go to that do have people that will bag your groceries. But there are only maybe a couple in our town. And, you know, they are people and they are jobs. So they do get paid for it. So I don't know if that's being lazy or just helping somebody have a job. So you tell me.
Lazy people getting paid.
Walter says, okay, bye guys. See you Monday for Raw. Travis, happy early birthday for Friday. You're having a birthday?
It's so.
Oh, Sophie's birthday's on Friday. Well, happy birthday to Sophie on Friday. But we'll be here. So.
Yes, she won't.
Oh.
Because she's trying to get people to watch SmackDown with her.
Ah, nice. Well, good. Ayla
And
says,
if that
night,
happens,
Walter.
then she will not be here.
Pico says, eggs never come in cartons. Do you just pick them individually? Richard says, Vince McMahon fertilized a poor girl's face. Not cool. You know how many men out there have done that? And they never got in trouble. I don't know why you guys are so hot about it under the collar. Pickle's like, good night, Walter. And Vindicator says, you're asking for trouble here, Richard. Pickle says, I really missed the chat. Oh, and Jericho is here. Yeah, he's up there wrestling some guy named Kyle Fletcher who bangs Sky Blue. We learned that. That's a fact.
He fertilizes her.
He fertilizes her face on a daily basis.
Where the fuck did that come from? That was hilarious.
Richard, that guy. Did you hear his name? It's fucking hilarious. His name is Richard Long Sniffer Jr. the Third. He's Dick Long Sniffer.
Well, you're welcome. We'll fit right in. That's fucking hilarious.
Sophie says, how has AEW been tonight?
It's good.
So great. Jericho's out there. He's like old and shit. He's beating up some guy who like plays with Sky Blue. She's a lady.
Yeah, if you don't know who Sky Blue is, you might want to Google her.
Ayla says, small grocery stores have young kids that place your items into a bag for you. That's their only job task. But bigger stores, we have to bag our groceries into bags. Bags hold things. Richard says, long live the stinger. Pico says, how many STDs happened on the damn cruise last weekend? Yeah, I wonder.
Was it the Jericho cruise last
Probably.
weekend?
Ayla says, Ravi big flex. He's not lazy. Sophie says, I can't wait for SmackDown. And Ravi says, cart LOL. Why? Because you drive them round the shop. Don't you? So you're telling me that a shopping cart is motorized over there in the UK? Interesting. Because says we Americans are too spoiled. So, well, we kind of are. I mean, in a lot of ways. Ravi says, yeah, we also have self-pay tills too. Oh my God, do you? You're so lazy. Kayla's like, oh my god, Robbie Richards is showing you. Put it away. Robbie's like, oh, do you live a hard life going to the store? I do. You want to know how many people I know don't do that? That they just order their shit online and have it literally delivered to their house? So many. It's ridiculous.
4.
People says, isn't called a boot the trunk? Yes.
Yeah, that's why I said that.
And they call what I call around our area a shopping cart. They call a trolley. But that happens down in the south of the United States too, so. Chris says, we call them buggies down here. Or buggies. Yeah, that's a good one too, Chris. I forgot about that one. Buggies, trolley, shopping cart. Sophie says, how was your shopping adventure? It was okay. It wasn't as prosperous as I hoped it would be.
You didn't find anything?
Well, I got one thing, but the other thing I was looking for, they didn't have. Pico says, cart pushers' jobs seem pretty lax to me. You know what's funny, Pico, is the place I go grocery shopping at has a cart pusher. You know what they do? They have this little motorized little dude robot thingy that they, like, have remote controls for, and they just take it around, and it just pushes all the carts together, and they just have to, like, guide it a little bit, and it's like, meow. So, yeah, lazy. Most of the people don't even return their carts to the cart thingy, so, you know, there's that. Richard says Vince McMahon watches too much German videos. I feel like that might be offensive to Germans. People is laughing, and Robbie says, Ayla, thanks for recognizing I'm not lazy. Feels like classic. It was like, yeah, just ignorant. Chris says, what's up with these UK motherfuckers banging our Latino women and our black queens? Fuck off, UK and Robbie. Oh, no! Robbie's on the wrong side of the pond tonight. No! Pickle says, actually, Travis, depending on the safe search, don't Google. LOL, there's 2 sky blues. Oh, no.
That's all right. I'm not scared of a little Google.
Robbie says, trolley is the proper word, though. Is it the proper word? Sounds stuffy and kind of came out of your butthole. Sophie says, Jordan Grace did hint WWE and TNA might work together more after Saturday. Well, I'm glad that she's hinting all around about it. Maybe she should hint some more. Richard says, long live Paul Joseph Watson.
I like Randy Watson.
Do you think the other ones found their love?
Of course they did.
I doubt it. That one girl was a vegan and she was trying to date somebody that was a rancher.
That's just not smart.
I felt like that's why would you even be on the show? Like, and they're like, no, it's reality TV. And I'm like, it's scripted bullcrap? No.
It's so you can get clicks.
Robbie says, it's not a stream if I don't get heat from everyone. Well, at least you know you're part of the family. Big Al says, when it does get really cold, and I mean in the 20s, I know them cart workers are hating life. Yeah, I've seen them work in -degree weather with snow all over the ground, so yeah.
Trying to pull them through the snow. Like,
trolleys and snow are not fun. Or
well,
shopping carts, or buggies, whatever you want to call them.
Cooler wheels on them.
Yeah, like off-road wheels.
Mm-hmm. Some bigger ones.
So
Except
people could steal them more.
either that or like, so when you're running in the store with them, they're not as loud. And then you can jump on it and you're just...
Have to have insurance on yourself because you'll cause like accidents in the store. People's like, when it does get... Oh, I read that. And Ravi says, Sophie, no one cares. I'm sorry, but no one does. I don't know. Some people probably care about that. Maybe not right this second, but...
What kind of care?
Care about Jordan Grace hinting about WWE and TNA working together. Chris says, there's so many Vince Toys jokes. My fave is, this one's called Roddy Piper. This one is called The Undertaker. Oh, jeez. So says Jordan Grace also hinted that she wants to face Bianca at a TNA pay-per-view, and Natty also hinted she wants to face Jordan Grace.
Natty wants to just stay relevant. Can't blame her.
She's just saying that because she didn't get picked.
She's getting up to the age where she's going to be irrelevant pretty
She
soon.
didn't get picked in the little group of wanting to get, in the ring with, so she had to call her out herself. Poor Natalia.
Sounded like you said, poor Natalia. I mean, poor Natalia. Poor.
Oh no! Poor Jericho. He had to take a nap for a second, so that guy waited for the crowd to clap so that he could do something like stick his head in his crotch area. I think it's so weird how they like to shove their heads in their crotches. It's so creepy to me.
Is that?
It is a little bit. I see a lot of the wrestlers do it, and I find it weird and awkward. Not embarrassing, just weird and awkward. Robbie's like, I saw a post that the Bella frauds were offended by what WWE did or didn't do. Oh my God, what did they did or didn't do? What was it?
They're always offended.
I don't really care. They aren't even the Bella twins anymore, so they can't really say anything.
Aren't they the Garcia sisters?
Don't they not want to be associated with WWE? They should be taken out of the Hall of Fame and just thrown away.
They're in the Hall of Fame.
I have no idea. But they should never be inducted.
It's like, holy shit. They got in there
Vindicator
quick.
says, so who should retire first? Jericho, Copeland, Orton, or Roman? So who should?
Well, obviously, Roman's got 10 years left.
If he can, if he doesn't get sick.
Yeah, I mean, if he gets...
And
where
can
he
stay
can't
healthy,
compete.
that's different.
Yeah.
Orton has a back problem, so who knows how long he'll be able to last.
So either Jericho or who was the second one?
Copeland.
So Jericho is the oldest, so I'm going to say Jericho. Then Copeland. Can follow him later.
Sophie says Naomi got like 2 or 3 more episodes of TNA film, so I don't know if the WWE is going to have her on WWE TV while she is still on TNA TV, or will they wait until after her episodes are done?
I just wish they'd let her go, and we wouldn't have to worry about the conversation. But we're stuck with her.
Chris says, Natty has the assets to keep herself relevant, maybe 2 years tops.
Yeah, she does. She's making sure everybody notices them.
Richard says, is Jericho crotch sniffing again? Well, it's not really his fault. Like, Kyle literally shoved his whole head into his crotch. So,
He pulled the McMahon.
Robbie says they don't even look like twins either. They used to until one of them got their nose broke.
Yeah, by Sheamus. Sheamus broke Nikki's nose.
Yeah, if you look at pictures of them before Nikki got her nose broken and had reconstructive surgery, they were very much looked alike.
Right. And then now they look way different because Nikki's got boobs, and then
Nikki got other surgeries done, and her nose, she had reconstructive surgery on her face because her nose got broken pretty bad. So, yeah. Enough so that she changed enough. If you guys didn't notice that Ruby Soho, she looks way different too. Like how badly they broke her nose is she had to have surgery done enough to change her whole look. But she doesn't look hardly what she used to look like.
Yeah, Ruby Soho looks really good now with her new nose.
Pickle says, yeah, the leukemia thing can be pretty serious. Well, it's just the fact that it could go into remission, but it doesn't ever really go away. That's where the problem lies. Like, his remissions can last for years and years, but it will probably always come back. That's where that has a problem of him being able to retire.
Oh, God.
Like, he has the possibility of lasting a long time, but, would he want to, for one, and 2, would his health allow him?
Jericho might have a concussion. That was a terrible move.
Kyle Fletcher fucked up. He did bad things. He's a menace to society.
Great movie.
Poor Sky Blue.
Oh, dog.
She has to deal with this garbage feet of whatever he is.
Why don't you like Fletcher?
I have no idea. I have no idea. I really don't care.
Old Fletch.
Chris says love girls with broken noses, like when DMD broke her nose. Took up the nose so hard it broke. Hello. Wait, super fucked up, man. Well, Chris, it wouldn't be our chat without you. making inappropriate comments about stuff.
Fertilizing faces.
Yes.
That wasn't it, but that shit's funny.
Vindicator says, how embarrassing for Fletcher, though, losing to a swindler.
Oh, shit! That was a Judas effect!
There's no way he's a swindler. He actually wrestles. There's a difference.
Hobbs got thrown into the chair, or the stairs. Not a chair. It rhymes, but not.
You could sit on him. It could be considered like a chair.
He got him with a Judas effect. There's nothing
He's
Fletcher
like,
can
get
do.
up, you little bastard.
Fletcher's
Whee!
dead. Oh, a Judas effect off the top rope! Looking like a luchador out there.
Oh, what's his face? Thought he was going to do something, but he got caught on the rope.
Yeah.
He's all upset about it. He's like, I was going to choke it.
He's so athletic.
Brr.
Trying to get in the ring.
He fell on himself. Piccolo says Britt is MIA. Britt is working like her real job. She decided that she needed to like actually do her job as a dentist. And, you know, it's time to let her little dumbass boy toy shine, I guess.
In his wheelchair?
Yeah. He's shining in his wheelchair.
By the time he can shine, it's going to be
Not
summer.
only is he handicapped in his brain, he's handicapped in his body, too. Congratulations. That's Takeshita.
Yeah, and not only that, but he did the
Takeshita.
throat. He did the throat slash and then the down. And then the down.
Ooh.
That's terrible.
How dare he steal that move?
From Chris Benoit.
I don't know if it was him.
Yeah,
I thought it was from Bloodsport.
This?
Yeah. They all stole it from there. Yeah. Didn't you do it in there? The big guy that's the winner, Chong Li. I thought he did that. I thought he was like...
I don't think so.
I'm pretty sure he did.
I've only seen the movie about 100 times. I'd have to watch it again.
Vindicator's like, thankfully, Piccolo. Piccolo's like, miss her and Jamie Hayter. Robbie's like, didn't Soho break her nose? Duh.
We're just
That's
talking
what I
about that.
just said.
This Peraza has a really pretty face. If you're a face guy, she's got a pretty face. And it ends at her shoulders. She might have pretty feet. I don't know. Some people are into feet.
Right.
But if you just like pretty girl, like pretty faces, nothing wrong with her at all.
Robbie says, who's the Oriental dude? As I just said, it's Takeshita.
Takeshita. Bullet Club Gold.
So they went over to that other brand and won the Ring of Honor World 6-man tag team champions.
I guess.
So now they're trio champion kind of guys too.
Just championships everywhere. They just need to keep bringing gold belts. I want everybody on their roster to have 2 belts.
At least. I mean, it only makes sense.
Everybody.
Robbie's like, I wasn't watching if you said. Well, you didn't have to watch. You could have just listened. He also says Bolo Young was in Enter the Dragon, but only for a brief part. Huh. Richard says, how many butts could the Young Bucks buck if the Young Bucks did buck butts? You know, I'm not sure.
Plenty.
Somebody would have to ask him, though. Vindicator says Peraza has a bunch of bikini pics online.
God.
I think I might have thrown up a little bit, dude.
I'm okay.
Ew.
Oh, fuck. Made my stomach weak.
Beal's like, oh yeah, this happened. Bang, bang, scissor gang. Yeah, I don't know why, and I don't like it. Robbie says that guy shouting won't have any voice left by the end of the show. And Chris says, oh shit, forgot Taya Valkyrie versus Deonna Purrazzo.
Is that our main event tonight?
Is Taya versus Deonna happening? I know that Rally came in a mile ago and asked about it, but I told him it hadn't happened, so. I could have been lying because I wasn't here for a half an hour.
Can you believe it's almost been 4 years since he got in trouble for that funny comment that he made?
I hope he makes another one. Maybe she'll do something stupid this
Put
time
on her
too.
country one more
You
time.
know what? It would have been hilarious if he would have made fun of her husband in the NFL. That would have been hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
Just brought it full circle.
The problem is I don't know who her husband is.
He,
What's his name?
I don't know,
That's gonna
but he was on a team that was in one of the playoffs, and a big guy like pushed him like this, like pushed him. He was a big guy, and he's like tiny, and he went wee.
That's funny. Oh.
He goes like the homoeroticism is on 11 this segment.
Uh-oh, what's this? Oh, it's that other weirdo, the Neanderthal looking one.
What the? Why are we doing this? This is weird. I don't like it. This is dumb. Feels like the homoeroticism is on 11 this segment. Great booking, TK. Tastes weird?
Tastes weird, and it's
Dark?
dark. Wonder if
What? No way.
Why is my toothpick poisoned?
I would have never poisoned it. That forever for you to find it. I'm just kidding.
All right. Oh my god, I forgot.
I was mad at you that day.
All right, put that in your mouth.
Ew, you put it in your mouth.
Stop
That's
it.
nasty.
I didn't chew on it or anything.
Doesn't matter. You still stuck it in your mouth. I can't even smell it because you stuck it in your mouth.
Just put
It'll
it
smell like your mouth. Smells like it tastes like green wood.
Just put it in your mouth.
I'm not putting it in my. I just did. Did
Say,
you see me taste it?
That's not how you put it in your mouth. Put it in your mouth. Like you're gonna have a toothpick in your mouth. It has an awful taste. Look at all those scissors.
This is disgusting. I don't like it. Nope. Gross. Violation. Violation. Vinegar says Perazo did it to stick it to the people body shaming her. Oh.
That was nice.
Okay, so nobody's body shaming her.
It's not a body shame.
She just has a very odd shaped body. I'm not sure if it's really body
Itch.
shaming if
Like,
you just have an odd body
hair.
shape.
My nose.
I mean, it's not my type. I mean, it's somebody's type. Robbie's like, Perazo doesn't look too bad. See, it's Robbie's type. See? There you go. You found something.
She has a pretty face. I said that.
No, we're not talking about her face. Should we finally find it? Vinegar says, yeah, she's not terrible, but definitely not among the best either. Robbie's message retracted. Pickle says, yeah, Vindicator, I wouldn't kick her out of bed. Chris says, whooped out trick chants were louder than ever last night on NXT. Robbie says, I can imagine Seth would fit it in with these rascals. And Vindicator says, but I definitely kick Carmella, Spawn, and Britt out of bed. Robbie says, Vin, you the type of guy to keep Mae Young in your bed. Oh, no. And Richard says, Chris Jericho still looks good for an old pervert. Well, you know, all those old perverts. There's a lot of them everywhere.
Nothing wrong with being a pervert.
It just depends on if you act upon your pervertness.
That's what I was going to say. You know, a man in the old days would have just done it, right?
That's true.
And so now it's like this weird, real soft generation. And I mean, it's been going for years, right? Like the softness started in like the 50s. It's not like it started today.
Mm-hmm.
And it just gets softer each generation because there's no wars, right? To harden men. So it just keeps getting softer and softer. To now where people are literally arguing over a pronoun. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
think about arguing over a pronoun in a war. Or like what is that called? Like femininity? What's the women's movement thing?
Feminism?
Feminism. Think about feminism if we get invaded by China and Russia at the same time. Because all the women will be allowed to leave and none of the men will.
Yep.
There will not be feminism.
Nope.
Like, it won't exist.
Those bitches that want to be treated like men, though, better step the fuck up.
By the way,
They better step the fuck up.
By the way, the women won't have anywhere to go.
Don't care. They better.
I'm just
then
saying,
they better step up, because if they want to be treated like men, because that's what their whole feminism shit was all about, being treated like men, just like men. We're just like men. We want to be treated like men.
Right.
You want to be treated like men? Fine. Be treated like men.
Right. But in
Step
reality, it's not going to happen. But people in America need to realize that if the shit hits the fan, there's nowhere for us to go. Every other country, we allow them to come here when shit hits the fan.
They won't allow us to go anywhere.
There's nowhere.
Nope.
So you got to fight to the last breath.
Yep. It's unfortunate, but true. Ravi says, was the Bella's stepdad involved in these shenanigans?
Oh, yeah. That's
I'm
the guy.
sure he was. Every single one of them were. That's why I said the other day, I was like, you cannot tell me that WWE and any kind of wrestling business wasn't based on or built upon that kind of stuff. All of them are guilty. Every single one. All your heroes that you guys look up to in your wrestling world, they're all guilty of it.
It's any office job. There's women and men, and anytime you put them together, they like to touch each other. It just happens. But it's true.
Yeah. As I'm thinking about the people at my job, I'm like,
not that way.
Yeah.
Just
ew. Vindicator says, stop fronting, Ravi. You know you want a piece of that fabulous moolah. Chris says, Taya Valkyrie is so fucking hot. Damn it, Johnny Drip Drip. You better destroy her at night. Ravi says, Vin, I will let you get tag teamed by them both. Chris says, oh, Travis, yep, just like in that movie with Clint Eastwood. He saw a woman, just took her, had his way with her, super fucked up. But hey, it could be worse.
it's the truth. It's just the way it was.
It really was that way.
You know, here's an example. You left the East Coast with your husband. You're a woman. You left the East Coast with your husband and maybe a child, or you were young and you were going to the West to have children. You get to Missouri, and then you start the Oregon Trail, right? That's where you kind of start to head. And you leave with a group. Your husband gets sick and dies. By the time you get to San Francisco, Oregon, any of those places, you're a prostitute.
Yeah. Unless you were lucky enough to find somebody else on the wagon train that you could marry.
Right.
And they would take you in.
Right. But
because you couldn't do anything for yourself.
The odds were, you were going to be a prostitute. By the way, that's how prostitution.
Oh, she couldn't get up there.
Made it.
Her shit got in the way. She couldn't get all the way up on there. I forgot
Johnny Wrestling was in this promotion. I don't have time to think about tattoos.
Tattoos.
She got some giant boobs. And she just right there.
They're definitely all up in there.
They can't move. I can't breathe.
Could you imagine, though? You'd have to. Because when they get so big from experience, they literally just are uncomfortable.
Right.
Especially if you do any kind of physical activities. Doesn't matter what it is, by the way.
Yeah, I don't know. Now, Valkyrie, you should have saw pictures of her when she was younger, before she got all
weird,
bigger like that. She was thin, and then she got her boobs.
Oh.
And then it was like, what? And then she kind of filled out.
Got some thick. We're just like, bravo, bravo. And Piccolo says, nope, half the time I flip a show, and it's a soy boy motherfucker on the red carpet. Vindicator says, so this Deonna versus Taya match is a rekindle of their TNA feud. I guess I don't know
I have
anything
no
about
idea.
it.
I don't watch a lot of the TNA stuff.
Chris
but
says, I love Timeless Tony theme. Last night on NXT, Ariana Grace, aka Santino's daughter, had a same entrance and theme like Timeless Tony.
Did it go black and
No.
white, though?
That's so crazy. Chris says, here she is, Lowera Loca Taya. And Chris says, damn sexy Taya Valkyrie thighs.
That woman, the sky is the limit with her.
The Ariana Grace.
Yeah, there's no limit with her. She's pretty. She's looks good, like sexy body-wise.
Mm-hmm.
She's athletic, and she can talk. And like literally, they give her talking segments because she's good at it.
Mm-hmm.
So there's nothing that can slow her down. And I would assume her in-ring works fine. It's as good as any of the other girls.
Picola says, so smarten me up. Taya was a mini before? Yeah. Yeah, if you look at like her older stuff, yeah.
Yeah, you just gotta Google
Chris
her.
says, woo, let's go Taya boobs. And Picola's like,
yeah, they're ginormous.
did she have children?
I don't think they've had kids.
I don't think they have any kids or anything like that. And Robbie says AEW version of Natalia, yeah. Not really, but
you don't deserve to be. There's her, like not too long ago, but still a while back.
mm-hmm.
You see the difference in her
Yeah.
body. She had boobs there, though.
Robbie says, but she looks similar.
Yeah, you can tell it's the same girl.
No. He's saying similar to Natalia.
Oh.
Vindicator says WWE dropped the ball big time with John Morrison. They do a lot of that sometimes.
AEW is doing the same.
What are they doing with him? He's
His-
Taya Valkyrie's valet. Ooh, good for him. Bravo, buddy. Chris says, yeah, kiss break for Taya and Johnny Drip Drip. Yeah, let me talk to you.
Yeah, she had a different figure and everything.
Mm-hmm. I wonder if at that point she had like an eating disorder or something, and that's why it changed so drastically.
Don't know.
I mean, because her look now is way thicker, so it's like a way different look, and that is, you know. Than what it is. But
Yeah, I mean, she could have just been like a fitness model. Decided to go away from that.
yeah.
But anyway.
I wouldn't be surprised if she did have some slight eating disorder under that, because I know a lot of them do get that with doing those shows and stuff, especially if they do them a lot. Robbie's like, D, where did your mate go? Big swole. I don't know. I think she has IBS or something, so basically she can't wrestle anymore because she'll probably shit her intestines out in the ring if she does. She has some disease. Chris says LOD with the eating disorder card, but yeah, probably. I'm not saying she did. I'm saying there's a possibility that she may have had one. And the only reason why I say that is because of such a huge difference of what she looked like in those earlier pictures from what she looks like now. Her body. That's it. Now she looks more natural. This is probably more of her natural body look of everything. I bet if you had pictures of her mom and grandmas and stuff like that and compared them, aunts, whoever, it's probably, she probably has the same body type as them. The only difference is that she has implants and she works out, you know. But her working out isn't to be a fitness model. Her working out is to be strong.
How she used to look matches Johnny, though. Like, I'm like,
Mhm.
did he marry her when she was younger?
Yeah,
Or
I
did
don't
she
know when they
changed
got
on him?
together. So
And he's like, well, I still like her.
well, yeah. I mean, that's why you marry somebody, is because you like them, not because just their body, right? Travis is now telling me this, so I'm gonna go. Travis Travis is going to be doing the show by himself from now on. It's Wrestling Gab with just Travis. Richard says, I agree with Vin on WWE dropping the ball with John Morrison. You know, the problem of it is, guys, is that they drop the ball a lot with a lot of guys. They did it with Swerve Strickland. They did it with him, too. The fact that the AEW is doing the same thing to him. And what is John Morrison doing? Are they pushing him towards a title? No. Has he been in matches with titles yet? No. How long has he been there? He's been there for almost a year, and they haven't done anything with him. Right now, he's out there with his wife being her valet, basically. So, how is this better? I mean, yeah, he's out there, I guess. I mean, is that what we want? Just to see him? And they're just there? I don't know. Kikola says, I feel they mass-produce NXT women in 10 years. They will take over the boys.
They are. I mean, I think at some point in our lifetimes, we could see Raws and SmackDowns where it's 3 matches each.
Oh, yeah.
Literally. Like,
yeah.
2 each, 3 each.
Chris says, didn't Bliss have it? Have, like, are you talking about an eating disorder, Chris? I don't know.
Yeah, she had an eating disorder. That's why she got her boob implants.
Robbie
At least
says,
that's what, this is a quote from her, not me.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know.
Not you, her, Bliss said that.
I don't know anything about them. I do not look into their personal lives. I do not look into their past. I don't care.
She got him in high school or right after high school because of her eating disorder, and it just made her feel better about herself.
I understand that.
Slide through.
Let's just hope that continued. Slide. And that's, you know. Robbie says, Raw, really that bad for Big... Robbie, that happened 3 or so many years ago when we first started watching AEW. After that, I have no idea. So if you really want to know what's going on with her, because she's married to some dude, Benjamin Shelton or something, or who is she married to? Big Swole, that one weird girl. She's married to a WWE guy.
It's Cedric Alexander.
Cedric Alexander. If they're still married, I don't know. That was the thing then. In the 3 years, I haven't given 2 squirt shits about her.
Yeah, I never really
And I don't know why you insist on... Are you obsessed with her? Do you like her? I mean, if you are, look it up yourself, dude.
I never liked Big Swole because she was small, and it wasn't like one of those like Irish things, you know, when the guy's missing a foot and you call him Limpy or something.
Yeah. Vindicator says, I wish Tyra went back to being a platinum blonde instead of this weird, ugly mustard color she has going now.
It is kind of weird, but she's got to do something. She just,
Chris says, yeah.
Got her chest ripped apart.
Chris says, yeah, I don't know what's wrong with Deanna's body. Maybe she's just built like this, but in NXT she was fucking hot and thinner. She looked like fucking Melina type, so I don't know what happened. It's her body type. It's just her body type. And
how she stores it.
And it's how she puts on weight. Because it's a little bit of extra weight that she's carrying. And there's nothing wrong with carrying extra weight on a girl's body or anything. It makes her look soft.
The crazy part is she's got abs.
Yeah. But the problem of it is that she may be working that part of her body, but she's not working other parts of her body. So if you haven't noticed, she covers up her ass and she covers up her legs. So she probably doesn't do anything to do with glutes, her legs, or anything of that nature. And she really doesn't like, you can tell she doesn't work out as much as other girls. I'm not saying she has to show muscles or anything, but she's really squishy. Like, she's really squishy. She's out there, everything jiggles. She's like a Nia Jax. Everything just jiggles. And it's just how she carries her weight. That's it. And it just carries in odd places, and she just doesn't have a very pretty shape, unfortunately. It happens to a lot of us. So, it sucks. Yeah, totally. Take some for the rest of us. Richard says Dolph Ziggler got dumped on by Vince, hopefully not literally. Well, you never know, Richard. I mean, it's a possibility anymore. Ravi says that DLO Travis loves you, warts and all. I didn't know I had warts, Ravi. Thanks for informing me. Chris says, yeah, in NXT, the women are clearly taking over the men. Robbie says, yeah, Bliss had an eating disorder. I didn't look, they mentioned it on WWE. Yeah, and probably her eating disorder probably felt like didn't help with what other things are wrong with her, because I guess she has something else wrong with her too. I know that Luke used to bring it up a couple times as to why she had a hard time putting on weight and stuff like that. I bet it took a lot of mental stuff out of her to have a baby. Because having a baby and you have eating disorders can do a lot of damage. So hopefully she's doing okay with that. I would never expect her to really come back to WWE though. I mean, if she does, that's cool, but I really don't foresee it. I mean, she could, but I just don't know what she would do.
Right.
I just don't think she's going to be able to pop back from having a baby like all these other girls, because she was so out of shape when she had the baby that I mean, you're looking at people who were like kind of in shape when they had their, got pregnant. So I don't know.
Yeah, she definitely looked a lot better when she was in NXT. Deonna Purrazzo.
Yeah. Pico says, yep, Cedric. And Pico's like, ew, gross. And Sophie says, do you think one day we will get a WWE versus AEW versus TNA pay-per-view? I mean, they're all the same thing now anyways, Sophie, sure.
I don't know why you wouldn't, just because they're all ran by the same guy.
Basically. Pico says, my boy. And Robbie says, D, you are a wrestling channel. Figured you would know. I don't know. I do not spend my free time worrying about what people that are on my TV doing in their personal lives. If that's something you're interested in, Ravi, you're going to have to go to a news wrestling channel that can give you that type of information and ask those questions. Pico says, oh, well, this segment sucks now.
Why?
Does it suck because Taya Valkyrie didn't win, or...
She won. That was... Oh, Taya Valkyrie lost. But that already happened.
Or are you talking about the stupid box?
Yeah. Nobody wants the box.
Indicator says, delete it, getting a little too raw for you, Pico of the scores. Pico's like, hey, can I get 3 Big Macs and 3 shakes, dumbass headset? Yeah, but they don't make it look cool like a McDonald's worker does, Pico. So the indicator says, Jade Cargill never works out. Said nobody ever. Robbie says, let me put this to you. If everybody looked the same, we would get tired of looking at each other. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, Robbie. I'm just saying that it's just different. Yeah, see what I mean by the fact of, like, the difference in that? But that's one picture of her. Like, where's a picture from the side? I want to see what she looked like from the side. Because if she looks the same, because that looks good, right, to a certain degree, she still has a flat ass. So no matter what, she probably can't get an ass, no matter to save her life. And when she I bet you anything, if that girl ever just let herself go completely and just ate herself to death and gained 100 pounds, she would have a shelf butt.
Maybe. Oh, Samoa Joe.
Just because of how she's shaped and how she holds her weight. I'm not saying that it's bad. I'm just saying that that's just unfortunate. It's just how she's shaped, poor girl. I feel bad for her because, she's like, how dare you body shame me? And it's like, you know what? People can't body shame you if you're already confident in what you have. If you are not confident in what you have, then people can body shame you.
Just Joe!
Her taking pictures of herself in a bikini doesn't prove that she's confident in herself.
Yeah.
To me, it doesn't. I mean, maybe it does to other people, but to me, that doesn't prove confidence. Chris says, I don't think Scarlett has an eating disorder, but she kind of was a little chunky back then, but I like her now and when she first came to NXT. Robbie says, didn't Bliss and Sasha have real life beef? I don't know. Did they?
Probably in the back. I think I remember hearing something about that.
Indicator says, people definitely get tired of looking at an average bloke like me in my baggy clothes. I'm sure they do, Ben. Like every other average bloke. Sophie says, Raw only has 7 months on the USA Network left. Are we doing a countdown?
Yeah.
Robbie says, DLO, I really don't care. I'm just here for the vibes. Are you sure? Because it sounds like you care. Sophie says, do you think Dolph Ziggler will return to the WWE after his TNA run ends?
I have no idea. Maybe.
Who knows?
Weird one. I mean, he's getting up there in age.
Chris says, Travis, last on NXT, there is a girl by the name of Tatum Paxley. She's so fucking hot. Creepy stalker gimmick.
Tatum.
So that's hot. That
So
creepy stalker
I've heard the name, so I know who you're talking about. I just can't picture her. Is she stalking the champion? Is that her?
Oh, that's creepy.
Yeah, the champion has a lady that follows her around and dresses just like her.
Oh, interesting. Okay. The women's champion?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, she's from Ireland. She's the one that beat Becky.
Sophie says on Monday's Raw when Nick Aldis said something about the Elimination Chamber. Wonder what that means. Robbie says, just Joe. Wow, the excitement. And Pico's like, swerve when I drive. Yeah. Robbie says, you care with the rants you have, D. You know, the only reason why any of that comes up is because you like to ask questions.
It's RVD.
Sophie says, do you think Sasha Banks would have gotten the same reaction as Naomi if she returned on Saturday?
Yeah. Well, it would have been big.
Well, I'm going to say this because people are dumb and don't remember what happens and people quitting on them. She probably would have got a bigger pop. Way more than Naomi. Chris says, yeah, she's stalking the bird lady Lyra Valkyrie. Robbie says, who the F is Nick Aldis?
He is the GM of SmackDown.
Get with a program, Robbie. Where the fuck have you been? There it is. Why is it here?
Wanted to say
Ew.
hi.
Pico says Nick is SmackDown GM, right? And Chris says, Travis, you like some Latina heat. Lola Vice from NXT. Damn it, she was good last night.
I didn't watch it last night. I forgot about it. I always forget that it's on Tuesdays.
That's stupid. Making fun of my tummy making noises.
You're like,
My tummy's like, Brrrr!
Adam Page.
Probably because I didn't eat very much today.
Oh, God. No rules. He's so hardcore. Oh, God. That'll split you open. Anyways, we're underway. Rob Van Dam, hardcore match. High five in the crowd as he slingshot and swerve into the barricade.
Sophie says, with CM Punk injured, the WWE must be in the writer's room to come up with a Mania card. Robbie says, I don't care to know that deep about bands. Are you sure? It sounds like you do.
All I gotta say is CM Punk doesn't make or break WrestleMania.
True.
The only person that makes or breaks WrestleMania is Cody and Roman. That's it.
Yep.
That is the pinnacle. That's your main event. Everything else can just be put into place. They could honestly go with anything. They could have Kevin Owens wrestle Sami Zayn on night one. It would be fine. Obviously, they got to write it to make it happen. Obviously, Logan Paul could main event night one. If Seth's healthy, he can main event night one. They could have a woman main event night one. If you want to call it a main event, it's obviously not a main event, but I'm just saying they could have anybody do night one because people are going to watch. It's WrestleMania. Nobody's going to miss it because they don't like who it is. Even if it's Johnny Gargano versus his wife.
Sophie says Tiffany Stratton is rumored to be part of Raw. Vindicator says, yeah, so they gave RVD a hardcore stipulation so he doesn't get tired and show his age.
Yeah.
Well, that and he smokes weed, so, there's that too.
Smoke weed
Robbie
every
says,
day.
oh no, not the rumor mill. And Sophie says SummerSlam doesn't have a date or a location yet. Pickle says Swerve can really work with anybody. Sophie says the more and more RVD competes in AEW, the less chance he will get a Mania invite. Chris says, Travis, no one is as hardcore as the hardcore icon, the Sandman.
so hardcore.
Robbie says, Sophie, email Vince, ask him when it's convenient for you to watch SummerSlam. Vindicator says, well, with Sophie WWE rumors coming out of the wazoo and Swerve Wrestling a has-been. You mean a swindler? That's my cue to skidoo. You guys take care. See you for next Humpty Dumpty Dynamite Day. That'll be next Wednesday.
I wish I was leaving.
Me too. Sophie says we might get Gunther versus Seth at Mania. Ooh.
We could.
Robbie says Vin really ducking the last 10 minutes due to that at live NFL games. Probably only if his team's losing. Sophie says we might not see Brock back in the WWE again.
That's okay.
Brandon says Deanna Purrazzo marry Brandon Stevens. Chris says would be funny at night of Mania Roman versus Cody. Cody wins night 2. Then at end of the match, all you hear is MJF opening note of theme song with a new remix with the lyrics saying, I'm better than you.
And you know
You're
it.
Funny. People's like, but to be honest, 1, there's a stand since it's WrestleMania, and 2, it's 40, so it's got to be even bigger. And see, R-Truth gonna main event in night 4. Wow, that is, you know what? I agree, people. That's probably exactly what's gonna happen.
Yeah, night 4.
And I'd be okay with it.
Night 4 is gonna be crazy.
Vindicator says, absolutely, Robbie, especially for Jets, Giants, and Panthers games. Chris says the crowd would lose their shit and will blow roof off place. Robbie says, Vin, I'll big up. You're hilarious. So he says, we still don't know what The Rock's involvement at Mania will be yet. Oh, don't worry. As being on the board, I'm sure he'll infiltrate himself into something. So he says, I'm surprised the Mania picture hasn't been clear yet. We do not have a lot of question marks. We do have a lot of question marks.
Yeah, but the fact is, that's great. Like, I don't want to know what's going to happen. We're fucking, 50 some odd days away. Guess what's going to happen at Mania? 50 days ahead of time. Card subject to change. Injuries. Y'all feel?
So feel it.
Y'all feel it?
Feel it in my toe. Pickle's like 2 months away. Yep. We're in picture.
Yeah, it is.
Swerve is
Swerve
against
over there.
RVD, and because they're
Grabbing
weird,
a table,
they
a broken
decided
table. There's a broken table under the ring.
they decided to make this a very special match. So special.
They should be wearing helmets because it's so special.
Sophie says Roman and Cody are going to be on SmackDown this week. And Pickle's like, Goldberg is a speed dial away, y'all. Yeah, that guy.
He can save it.
He can totally swindle, too. He can be Captain Save-A-Ho.
Yeah. Boise, Idaho.
Oh, no.
Come on, Swerve.
There's a table. Put him on it.
Just lay him down on it.
Oh,
nicely.
he didn't go on it. He's going to make sure you get kicked in the face.
Yeah. Remember,
like-
if you set up a table, you usually go through it.
He's like, don't worry. I'm RVD. Look at me.
D.
Lame.
A little bit. You don't like RVD?
Sophie's like, let AEW call Oldberg. Chris says Niners fans crazy man. Saw some YouTube videos.
Just do Goldberg versus Brock. It can main event night 2.
That's funny.
People go crazy. That place, the roof would blow off of it.
They're going to be like, you're a bastard, Brock. You probably did
Oh, no.
something bad to ladies.
They'll like it. It's just Twitter don't like it. That's it. Like, wrestling fans, real wrestling fans, don't give a flying fuck what these
Well,
people
we
do.
must have Twitter in our fucking shit because that's all I've heard for days on end after all this come out. How much these people care about, Brock and, Vince and We must have Twitter in our fucking chat because it's like, oh my God.
Most people do.
Without
could
those
care
people,
less.
wrestling would be fucking nothing.
Right.
Like, especially without Vince. I don't understand why you guys think it would be something. It's hilarious to me. So he's like, at least we will have an idea on the Elimination Chamber card soon.
Yeah, it's coming.
He goes like, first match, Jeff Hardy. Last match, RVD. Swear this is 2002 again. I don't know what that means because I wasn't around during that time of watching wrestling.
She wasn't
But it
born
sounds
yet.
lame because what I'm watching is lame. They could have, I mean, I get it that Hangman hates Swerve and he did this on purpose. But the fact that they were okay with this is even more lame. They're like, well, we think you're really shitty, Swerve.
What?
So...
What are you talking about? He's wrestling a legend. It's like wrestling Sting. Not quite that.
I think it would be better if he was wrestling Sting. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, but Sting can't move like RVD.
RVD can't move like RVD. The guy's high as fuck. He's old. He can't move very well. Look at him how slow he is and everything he's been doing. Rob is like, but you also said Vince needed to retire. Sophie says Jeff Hardy and RVD did have a feud together. Chris says, well, in 2002, you would have Jeff Hardy versus Taker, RVD versus Eddie. And Pico's like, I agree. Sophie says, is this WCW 2000?
No, these guys are a little too small. WCW was a bigger you know what I mean? Like they had bigger guys in their company. Like stars.
They had names. People knew who they were.
Hall, Nash, Hogan.
This company started out with people nobody knew except for a couple people.
Goldberg, Sting.
Like, you know.
I don't know if they had Flair at that time, but he was in and out. Once Hogan got there, Flair didn't like being there because he would always be second class.
Pico says RVD and Hardy just need to go away.
There's a Hardys. Yes. Sting. Yes.
I mean, we get, and Sting, if he stays, if he really is like retiring, this is his last year, good for him, Like get him out of the actual wrestling ring. If he wants to do other stuff, that's fine in wrestling, but get him out of the ring of
it's like
wrestling.
JR. They got rid of JR. It's the same thing.
Yeah, they slowly, melted him away.
Mm-hmm.
I thought they brought him back for something not too long ago.
He does pay-per-views, and he'll do special matches.
Sophie says Charlotte Flair is still rehabbing.
Oh, you think? She's been doing that for about 6 months.
What should she be doing? Feels like, Sophie, I leave and you constantly mention WCW almost as if you're Eric Bischoff. Chris says, yeah, Flair would lose his shit in WCW in 98 to 2001. He would take his clothes off in the middle of the ring. A little Char should take note.
Is that when he was falling down all the time and just crazy?
Oh no, it's a hardcore match. How dare they bring somebody else down to beat him? Oh hey, look, it's that weird floppy hair
It's Hookamania! Did you hear the pop from the crowd? Dun,
yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
So great.
When it comes crashing down and it hurts inside.
Shelby says, but wrestling doesn't have an age limit for retiring. Maybe they should. Pico's like WCW was amazing until that idiot Russo took over.
Oh boy. There was a lot to it. And obviously, ownership not caring was the big deal. He just wanted to be in the business. And once he sold his company, no one else wanted it. You could have got wrestling for $2 million. I'd have taken out a loan.
Right? So I was like, who? And Pico's like, my like a fizz. Chris says, oh, here comes the hookers. Something like that. Robbie says, the pop was so loud, my neighbors knocked on my door.
Yeah.
Sophie says, Hulk Hogan in AEW. We just saw him in the WWE in that Rumble video package.
Yeah. It's Hookamania, not Hulkamania.
It's Hook. It's Taz's son. Hook. He's this tiny little boy who looks like he's 12 years old. Travis thinks to make him popular by calling it Hookamania.
Somebody in our chat said it, and it just fit.
And
so I've
Sophie
said it ever
says,
since.
oh, and Pico says, I am a real hooker maniac. Yeah. Sophie's like, Hook versus Dom. No, I think Dom actually is bigger than him.
Yeah, Dom
Hook
would be
is
taller.
the same size as Dominic's father, Rey Mysterio, if we're pretending
but
he's
without
his
muscle,
father.
because Ray has muscle.
Yeah, without muscle, because he's like this tiny little stick figure kid. It's weird. Pico's like, lay down and sleep like every man. Chris says, Hook is like Peter Pan. Oh, God. Robbie's like, Hook, I don't recall ever hearing him speak.
Yeah,
I think he said 4 words one time.
Yeah, he's talked, but barely.
It's unfortunate because I'm guessing the reason why he doesn't talk is because his father didn't teach him well. Maybe he has a speech impediment.
A lot of those second generation guys talk really well. Like, because their parents make sure that that's what they learn. Like Bray Wyatt.
Yeah. Maybe he can't do it in front of crowds.
Maybe.
Sophie says Monday's Raw was good, especially that Rollins-Cody segment. Kegel says, grab a bag of chips and look unimpressed. Lay down and fight, but nonchalantly guitar solo. Sophie says that Rollins-Cody segment was added because of the CM Punk injury.
Nice.
Okay.
Oh, he went through the table.
Oh, he finally found his table. Good for him. He was looking for it all night.
He did it.
Good job. RVD is going to have to go in the back and like smoke 4 joints and 500 bong hits to feel better after tonight.
Smoke 2 joints in the morning. Smoke 2 joints at night. Smoke 2 joints and I smoke 2 joints. Makes me feel alright.
Beep, beep, beep. Oh, that's so bad.
Yeah. Should be over. They're going into overtime. No.
Do they still have
way.
that weird show after the...
I don't know if they do. I don't watch long enough.
I don't even know if they still do. Robbie says...
Oh, nobody was home!
Bringing the drama. Pico says, Sublime lives forever. Ugh.
Oh.
Yeah, forever.
There it is. Ring the bell. Nope. Guess we're going deep.
Well, you know, cheers to the
Swerve!
face.
How long are they going to make this match go? 2 minutes over. Guts are hated. I put our time as Eastern on the big clock.
Oh, nice. Wow. So it says AEW is still on, so they are doing what Raw used to do by going over. Well,
Yes.
see, they bought the hour afterwards, basically, because they have a show. But I never watched it, so I have no idea if it's still around.
It's over.
Swerve did it. Congratulations, buddy.
Swerve!
As you should win. Sophie says that, and Robbie says, just Joe, a man of many words on commentary.
Right? Like, why is he
Excuse
there?
me. I don't even know why he's there. It makes no sense to me, but whatever. I don't like him. Oh, good.
Uh-oh, Paige is coming down.
Care about Hager. Robbie says never watched it. Oh, really? D, you watched it? No? Did you? I guess you did. You watched it? Oh my gosh, Robbie, tell us all about it.
Cheap knockoff of Magnum TA.
What was it? Tell us, Robbie. Was it a really good show? I mean, what's it really about?
What is it?
I don't know. He's telling me he watched something.
What kind of something?
I don't know. Something about something.
Was it the Vince video?
I'm not sure, but he watched it, so it makes sense. It's dumb, isn't it? That's why I didn't want to listen. I can't stand him. I want him off my TV. He makes me want to throw up. He's a sellout and a weirdo. He's a loser face, loser face, loser face. He goes like, okay, guys. What? What? Are you leaving? Are you leaving? You leaving? I want to leave. I don't want to listen to him. Ooh. Robbie says it's 3 a.m. in the UK.
laughed.
Who's watching more crap from AEW that's on after?
You just don't get it.
You are. You seem to be.
You just repeat yourself over and over.
Feels like, wrap it up, B.
I beat you twice. He's going for thrice.
Flying into the light.
You just can't beat me.
Yeah, bitch. Robbie's like, gee, it's early for you, man. Whatever. Not when you have to go to work the next day. It's not early. Oh, goody. He's still talking.
You
They're
can't
like,
lace
we're going
my
to.
boots, he said.
Well, you can't because he doesn't have laces.
I'll give you what you want. Me and you, one more time. This is the third time. After that, we're done.
Oh, no. The obsession.
All he cares about is the AEW World Championship.
Why are we dancing like a weirdo?
Then his music started.
Robbie says, I got work at 7 a.m. You should have work at 7 a.m. Go away. Go to sleep, Robbie. Okay, everybody, that's the end. Next week, they're going to have another Swerve Strickland and Hangman Adam Page. Also, they're going to have the Ricky Starks Big Bill versus Sting and Darby Allin. So you better watch that because it's happening. Chris Jericho and Takeshita is also on next week. Ooh. They're going to have that trios match next week. Ooh. Against people we don't even know. Oh my God, there's going to be a big announcement from Tony Khan.
Yes!
What's it going to be? Oh my God, it's so amazing. Okay, everybody.
Triple H making a huge announcement on AEW next week.
All right, everybody, thanks for joining us tonight. We really appreciate it for joining us for this Wednesday Night Dynamite. We'll be back again on Friday for Smack at the Donuts.
Thanks for watching Wrestling Gab. Bye-bye.
Bye.